Good morning, everybody. Hello, happy Monday. I'm Ruel Gaviola. This is Chits and Chats here on Tabletop tonight. I'm still trying to figure out my rebrand, and we're going with Chits and Chats for today. But I hope you had a great weekend. Yeah, last week I took the week off because I was feeling a little under the weather. I'm feeling much better now. Still got a little bit of sort of like a head cold that I had the last few days, but I'm not fully recovered, but I'm feeling much better than I did last week. The lighting's sort of funky. I literally just lost one of my studio lights here, and so the lighting, the shadows may be a little weird today. But thank you for joining me today. I see friends in chat. Thank you again for always joining me. Dunkbot, AB Trube, and folks who are lurking as well. AB Trube said, Julian went to Wat Thai, a Buddhist temple in North Hollywood. Some quiet time in the temple until a children's session started. Went to the food court for lunch and people watched. Oh, very nice. Very cool. Crawling out of the woodwork. Sir Bearsworth. Hello, Sir Bearsworth. The freshest man in board game. What it do? What it do, baby do. Good to see you, friend. Dark Satanica is here as well. Hello, friends. Hope you had a great weekend. As always, we talk about games, and more games here on the show. Vending Machine Games is in the house as well. Good to see you here, friend. I in the description here, I wrote Chits and Chats board games with Ruel. Let's talk and play about board games. Folks, I don't have much of a plan today. I'm going to be straight up honest. I spent most of the week recovering. I did live streams on Wednesday and Thursday. Good Time Society, Critical Hit Games, and then the next couple of days I just sort of chilled. There was an event, a media event that I did yesterday, which was all day. It was great. I think you may have seen, if you're following the socials of Going Analog, Christina and Shu, they do the Going Analog podcast. They actually hosted this event for Druid City Games. James Hudson was in town this weekend, showing off all the games that Druid City Games is coming out with real soon. We got one right now on Kickstarter for the Wonderland's Award Duel game, which it's fantastic. Friends, I got to play an earlier prototype of it at Gen Con, and I really liked it, but I played it this weekend again with a bunch of new stuff that they had developed. James, listens to feedback, and a lot of feedback came in on the game, and honestly, I was very surprised. It got better, like much better. There's a few things as far as like gameplay is concerned that little tweaks here and there, but there's one thing that they added which I really liked, and I played with Grant Lyon. We had I don't know if James is gonna post. I'm sure I know he filmed it, but we had this back and forth game. Of course, it's a duel game, Grant and I, and it literally came down to the very last piece. And I'm not gonna spoil who won or lost the game, but it's a pretty epic moment. And Grant and I had a great time with that. So be sure to check out James Hudson, Druid City Games for that. Also in the pipeline, so there is this roll and write, and why don't we go over here? Let me see. To what is it? BGG. By the way, thanks for BGG for hosting. I'm gonna go to BGG right now and pull up the page. Let me see if I can do this smoothly. Nope, that's not smooth. Well, okay. I am doing stuff on the back end here. Okay, that works. You'll see it in just a second, friends. So, Druid City Games, James Hudson showed off a bunch of his games that are coming out either crowdfunding and retail. So this one right here, I was very, very impressed with this one, friends. This is Off With Their Heads. It is set in the Wonderland's War universe. Manny Tremblay, the artist extraordinaire. This design is from J.B. Howell and Michael Michalsek. Apologies for mispronouncing the name if I did. This is set in the same world. This is a roll and write, friends, and this is one of the. It's already. I played it once on this weekend, and during Gen Con, James had given me a pretty quick demo of it. This is a roll and write that has some really neat player interaction, and what I love about that is normally you don't hear those two words or those few words put together. Roll and write, interaction. Normally, roll and write, you do your thing, everyone does the same thing. You roll or you flip a card, everyone fills in their sheet. This time, though, This is so clever. I don't know if they have any more images. I took some pictures. I will share those on the Discord or whatever. But anyways, this is a roll and write inspired that uses a standard deck of cards, okay, instead of rolling. So you can use any standard deck of cards. The ones we're using, of course, illustrated by Manny Tremblay, is very universe specific. And you're going to have 3 sections of your board, okay? And the board isn't available here, but of your score sheet. Top, middle, and bottom. And in order to determine where you fill in your score sheet, you're going to play a card out of your hand. So you're going to get, like, I think 9 cards, and you're going to play a card. Now, each round, the, like, trump suit, right, or the triumph suit is going to change. So for the first round, maybe it's like diamonds. So then all the players, we all secretly choose a card. If you get first place, and you're going to play, mark it off in the top section. If you're second or third, you're going to place in the middle, and if you're last, you're in the fourth. So we played a 3-player game. It was, excuse me, it was me, Shu from Going Analog, and then Paula Deming. Now, with a 3-player, you're going to have a 4th player dummy, which is just a random card. So that's going to figure into the ranking. So you play your cards, you're going to rank them depending on, you know, the card and the suit. And then depending on where you are in the ranking, that's where you write on your player sheet. It's really clever. And I don't have the player sheet here, but it is like standard roll and write. Fill in this in order to get a certain number of points. Or if you fill in enough of these, you'll get a bonus and you'll be able to combo. Friends, I'm telling you right now, it's one of my favorite roll and writes of all time. I played it exactly 1 time. It is fantastic. I really like the interaction of it, and I think that's what really sold me on this. Shu, Paul, and I were talking immediately afterwards and said, this is what we like about roll and write. This roll and write in particular, where we all have player cards. You know, we have all standard cards, and we're just playing. It's almost like trick taking, right? A little bit. But here's the thing. This is what makes it so fun. I'm a poker player. At heart, I am a poker player. So you play. You have a 9-card hand. You play 7 of them, and you're going to save 2. You place those 2 aside. You play another round. Same thing. 9, save 2, 9. So you play 3 rounds of 9 cards each. You save 2. So you'll have 6 cards at the end of the game. Those 6 cards, you make your best 5-card poker hand, and you'll get points based on that. So I don't know how Shu did it, and he totally crushed me and Paul in this aspect. By the end of the game, I think he had, was it a full house or a 4 of a kind? It's like, what? I had like an ace high. Paula had, I think, 2 pair. So it's really neat, that strategy of, okay, yeah, I want to play my cards in order to get all the stuff and write all my things where I want on the board. But I'm also not secretly, we're all just saving cards for the end game where we get points based on our poker hand. And of course, just like in real poker, you're going to compare your poker hand to everyone else, and whoever has the highest will get extra points. I am so pumped about Off With Their Heads. And I already talked to James. I'm going to be doing some coverage of this at some point. So be sure to check this out. Hi, Linnaeus. By the way, friends, I've been going off and just rambling on about how much I love Off With Their Heads. It is going to be out later this year, straight to retail. So not even crowdfunding, I highly recommend it, friends. And I'm going to put this out there as well. Full disclosure, I will be getting paid to do some kind of preview or live stream for Off With Their Heads, but I requested this from James. I was like, dude, I love this game. I want to cover it. He's also, we're working on something right now where I will be doing paid coverage for Wonderland's War Duel as well. But I was like, I've got to cover Off With Their Heads. I love it so much. But friends, thank you for your patience while I ramble on. I want to say hi to everyone that's dropping in right now. I hope you all have a great weekend. Speaking of weekends, the World Series started this weekend. The Los Angeles Dodgers are 3 games away from winning their 2nd World Championship in a row. We are excited here in the Gaviola household. We've got a game tonight, Game 3 in LA. Michelle and I will not be attending the game due to the fact that the cheapest seats I could find, and they're literally the last row at the top deck, so the very last row of the house, was $1,000 each. So $2,000 to get in the door. Little out of my price range. I seriously considered, okay, if I open up a new credit card, the APR, I start doing numbers. You don't know, Ruel. Do not do that. We've had a wonderful time being season ticket holders for this season. Michelle and I, we were at the game. the National League Championship clinching game, which was the greatest game ever played by a player ever. Shohei Ohtani, if you didn't see it, this is something no one ever does. He pitched 6 innings, gave up no runs, struck out 10 batters, and while doing that, he was batting for the Dodgers. He hit 3 home runs, including one out of Dodger Stadium. The most incredible game. I filmed it. I put it on my YouTube Shorts channel. You can hear me, filming Shohei's second homer that went out of Dodger Stadium. Basically, you just hear me saying, "Oh my God," while I'm filming it. It was the greatest game I've ever seen in person, and a lot of people are saying it's the greatest game ever played. But now let me go back to the comments. Welcome on in, everybody. I'm going to say hi to everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. To Live in Nice in LA is here. Thanks for the work lurk. Bing, hello. Oh, okay, Dunkbot. YouTube doesn't work for me, so I switch. I don't know what's going on with Restream, but thank you, Dunkbot, for coming on over to Twitch. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes Twitch is more stable. Sometimes YouTube's more stable. It's such a crapshoot. Deadpan's in the house. Hi, Deadpan. Dark Satanica says, they've taken away the mini video window when adverts are showing. Oh. Perhaps just the phone. Yeah, technology. Goblins in the house. Hi. So they're a minute ago, but as soon as these ads ended, new ads started, and these ones don't have the window. Oh. Interesting. Hey, Bing just purchased Dead Men Tell No Tales on sale at Renegades for $25. That is a great price. Dead Men Tell No Tales, still one of my favorite co-op games. It's a pirate theme. It's got combat. Very cool game. I haven't played it in a while. Kane Klenko designed that, friends. If you're fans of games like Fuse, one of my all-time favorite real-time games. Fantastic game. Yeah, Sir Bearsworth, roll and interact. It's so cool that what they've come up with. Highly recommend Off With Their Heads, friends. Gamer Eyes Guys in the house. Good to see you. Linus was talking about, are you talking about Fliptown? Great game. No, I'm not talking about Fliptown. Never mind. Yeah. Sounded briefly. Yeah, it does with the poker hands, right? But with Off With Their Heads, roll and write using poker cards, just a standard 52 card deck. What I should do is, man, am I supposed to show this? James is cool. I'm sure they've got pictures and stuff. I'm gonna bring up some photos, friends. Just between us, let's not say anything. We'll just where is it? Here it is, right here. Okay, so what you're looking at is a photo of the Off With Their Heads score sheet. As I was saying, you can see the top, middle, and bottom sections. The meadow at the top, the woods in the middle, and the keep in the bottom there. So depending on what card I play, where it ranks amongst the cards that all players have played will determine where I place that number. So as you can see here, let's say, friends, that during the card selection phase, we each, it's a 4-player game. I know that the Triumph suit is diamonds. Let's say I play the Ace of Diamonds. Okay, I secretly place it down. I already know I've got the highest because nothing beats the Ace of Diamonds in this particular round. So I go to my score sheet. Whoops, that's not the score sheet. This is the score sheet here. My Ace of Diamonds is going to go here in this top section. You can see I've already placed some numbers here. Now the Ace is a 1 or an 11. So I would write 1 or 11 in one of these. Now, the Diamonds, it's a red card. So it's going to go in one of these 2 mushrooms here, or this middle one here, which can be red or black. The left ones are red only, and then the right ones are black only. Now, if I place the Ace here, it's either 1 or 11. I can place it right here to finish this mushroom, which gives me 27 points at the end of the game. This is huge. So what I found that was interesting, and also you can see here, you cannot mark the same number twice in the same mushroom. So they have little reminders here. So I've got a 6, 7, and 10 from previous turns here. These were red cards. And then here, I already finished this one. I had a 4, 10, 2, and a 5. So I got 27 points for this. So where do I put my Ace or 11? Okay, so that's the top section. The middle section, the woods, if I'd placed second or third, let's say, it was Diamonds. And there's a specific order on the, which I didn't take a picture of, but specific order of the suits. Let's just say that spades were second. So maybe I played a spade. like a 10 of spades. So that would have, maybe I get second or third place. I'm going to place that in the middle. And likewise in the middle, the red are here, the black are here. The red or the black could go in these striped ones here. And in this middle section, you're just going to place a number here. But what you want is no two adjacent trees are marked with the same numbers. So as long as they're not adjacent, you're going to get points if you surround these victory point ones. So right here, this 5-pointer, I have a 9. I just need another non-9 to surround that one. Likewise with the 7, I need a 5, 9, and then something here. Now you'll see the different symbols here, such as the teacup. That teacup, you get to mark one of these, and that's going to allow you to choose one, mark a different zone, change a mark's color. So if I didn't like the zone I was going to go in, like maybe I wanted, instead of the middle, I want to go to the top or the bottom, then I would just mark off one of the tea bags, okay? And once you put an X, that one's no longer in use. Likewise, the Eat Me, this is funny, the Eat Me thing, again, Alice in Wonderland, you mark the same number in a different zone. So for instance, I'd written a number 4 here, a red 4, I get to place another red 4 either in the top or bottom when I do that Eat Me, okay? So much cool stuff. Folks, I'm going to continue talking about this game. I love it so much. So you'll notice here some of these characters, there's a little set collection part. So here, I get this character if I complete one whole mushroom, which I did over here on the right side, right there. So I marked that off. And then this one, I forgot what character. This is the Cheshire Cat. I completed this mission well. This says you get at least 1 mark in 3 mushrooms, which I did. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I marked that off. This guy right here, I would get if I get 4 cups. I only had 3. And then there's all these different characters for all the different missions you do. This one goes down here. So at the end of the game, the number of characters you have, 1 through 7. If you get all 7 characters, you're going to get 64 points. All right, so that's a little set collection. The bottom section, the keep. This is really interesting. So you're going to start either on the left or right side. You can do both sides, but one side, the left, is for the red, hearts or diamonds. The right side is for the black, spades or clubs. And you place numbers here based on what what card you've played, of course. But what you're trying to do is set yourself up. So you got to start here. I put a black 6 one turn. The next turn, I put a black jack or queen or king, which is equal to 10. Anything in those little laurels, that's how many points you get. So that's really cool. So I got 10 points here. Oh, I love this. The woods here. If your entire woods, doesn't have to be completely filled up, but if your woods that you have used here to surround the victory points, if they are all different numbers, so they're not 2 adjacent trees with the same number, you're going to double your scores for those. So that's a really nice one. What's really interesting, the way we played, Paula, Shu, and I, we each went to different sections. So I went heavy on the meadows, Paula went heavy on the woods, and Shu went heavy on the keep. And I think Shu ended up winning by like 20 points. He crushed us because he went hard on, he just went full on in the keep and filled out a bunch of these with high cards. And then Paula got second with these. I was off to a great start with these here, but then I realized, oh, I forgot to mark off a bunch of these. I only got 2 of these characters. Paula had like 4, and I think Shu had 5 or 6. But friends, that is a closer look at Off With Their Heads. It'll be out in retail at the end of this year. Let me continue with the comments here. I'm going to have a little more coffee as well. To live and dice in LA. Before I switched to my work desktop, wanted to say that Evie asked to play the zombie game from her own Calyx shelf yesterday. Oh, so we played a few rounds of Zombie Kids Evolution Legacy style game, and she loved it. Yeah, Mike and I have officially peaked as parents. Also, go Dodgers. Yay. Oh, that's great. I love that your baby girl is playing Zombie Kids Evolution. Michelle and I played that like 2 years ago for our Halloween live stream, which is a lot of fun. Sir Bearsworth, interaction, and can I just buy it like the way? Yeah, Sir Bearsworth, I would highly recommend this one. I think you'd really enjoy it. Viva los Doyers. Bing says, go Blue Jays, America's team. The Blue Jays, folks, they look fantastic. So far in these 2 games, we've seen exactly what each team is. The Dodgers starting pitching. the Blue Jays offense top to bottom. We're going to see which one is sustainable throughout the series. Y'all know where my heart is, but it is, the Blue Jays are a terrific team. They are an excellent team. He struck out during our game, so maybe he got those out of his system. Yeah, that's right. To Live in Nice LA went to the game before. Oh, man. Yeah, he was having, Shohei was not having the best postseason, but everything just went out the window for that one game. All good. Might have been on my phone. Hi and bye. Gotta go. Thanks, Goblin. Either way, I'm here. Yeah, Dunkbot. Happy to have you here. Linnea says, I have been loving games using standard decks of cards. Been playing a lot of River Rats. Oh, I've not played River Rats. Paul says, besides the sheet and deck of cards, are there any other pieces you need? Paul, yes. Let me see if I do have a picture of that board. Maybe I do. I do. Okay, let's, Paul and everyone else in chat, off of their heads. This is what I'm talking about as far as, I mean, I guess you could make it. I mean, but, support your local, support board game publishers, folks. It's a tough time in the industry. This here, each round will determine which suit is the triumph suit. So in this round, we have it right here. The clubs are the highest, followed by the diamonds, spades, and hearts. And each round, you just, after you play a round, you just move the token to the clockwise. So the next round, the diamonds will be higher. So you can plan out your turns. So maybe you want to hold back a diamond for the next round or whatever. And what I love about this too is, hey, don't forget the 2 cards you have left over in your hand. You put those aside because you're making a poker hand. And I remember it was killing me. Oh, well, it's funny. Here's what happened in our game. Paul and I, we didn't know we were trying to do this, but we were each trying to save spades because we both thought we had a good shot at making a flush at the end of the hand. And the flush is worth like 10 points or something, which is great. But we didn't know that we were each trying to save spades. So all the spades were pretty much gone, and between us, we neither of us got a flush. But Paula, luckily, she had figured that out, and she got 2 pair. Me, I got an ace high, so that was like 0 points. So that was a bummer. Let me see if I have any other photos here. Let's see. Yeah, that's it for the photos for that. But I can show you photos of Wonderland's War Duel. Okay, if you've played Wonderland's War, this is the 2-player version. I've covered this before previously, based on the early prototype that James showed me at Gen Con, and I loved it then. We played a demo game, and I really, really liked it. But now, having played this is further along in the production and development. I absolutely love this. And I talked about one thing that changed. I'm going to show you that right now. Let me zoom in. So, actually, let me zoom back out. In Wonderland's War Duel, it's a 2-player game. It is like the 7 Wonders Duel for Wonderland's War, where they've taken the Wonderland's War experience, which is an awesome area control bag building game, but they've distilled it down from a 3.5-hour game to about a 45-minute to a 60-minute game for 2 players only. Okay, so that's what I mean. I love Wonderland's War. Played it a couple times. It's wonderful, but it is a lot. And even as a 2-player game, the standard game, which I did not play 2 players, but I've heard that it's still like 3 hours or so. What this does is really streamlines things down, and it's still gives the same experience. Like, it felt like Wonderland's War to me, but they've done some things that, speed up gameplay, and you still have a ton of fun bag building, which I love. So here's the different factions, different characters you'll be adding to your bag. And as you pull them out, what you're doing is you're fighting over this board. So there are different sections. We're looking at one section right now. I have 2 of my troops here. Grant Lyon, he was the pink player here. And then we're fighting over this section by pulling our tokens out of the bag. So each token will have like a fight value, which we go up on this track. So if I pull a piece that has a 1, I now have 1 fighting or whatever, 1 combat. Grant, he pulls a token, maybe has a 2, etc., etc. We go until one of us either busts or we both stop, and whoever's the highest will win this area. And this is what they added. These tokens here are for the what you get for the to bring in. You're trying to win allegiances, right? So you're trying to get the majority of 5 different factions. 2 of them are here. So whoever wins this, and I think Grant probably won this battle. He would get these 2 tokens. They'll go face up. So as you play, you've got different tokens from each faction, and whoever has the most. There's 5 factions. You want to win the majority, so 3 of them come. If you have 3 majority, then you win the game. There's also other ways to win the game. The auto wins, basically. So you'll be getting shards, depending on some cards give you shards. Those are bad things. So if you ever get like 13 shards, you just automatically lose. This track here, where you're keeping track of your power, if you can ever get it up to 25, which is pretty tough, you automatically win. I think the highest Grant and I got was probably like 15 and 16, maybe 17. I think Grant probably hit like this one over here. But there are 4, we're showing, I think it's a 2-player game, but we had like 4 characters set up. This one here, I played who did I play? I think I played the Mad Hatter, which is fun. I forgot who Grant played, but there are 4 different characters there that you can see. So good, friends. Highly, if you like Wonderland's War, but you just don't get it to the table enough because it is a big game, takes a lot, and I still highly recommend it. But Wonderland's War Duel for 2 players, outstanding. Let me continue on here. Bing says, I think 52 Realms by Postmark also uses a standard deck. Yeah, it does. 52 Realms is great. And you know that you say that. I have not played that in a while, and I think there was a new character or map that came out recently. I'll have to check that out, Bing. Theme is on point. Yeah, the theme on Wonderland's War. Oh, and also any of these games that James and Druid City Games does in the Wonderland's War universe, the theme is always dripping with themes, all these games. Looks very cool. Okay, this I'm really going. Okay, thanks, Coughlin. Linnaeus, I think you'd really like River Rats, Row. It's on BGA. It's a cooperative game where you make poker hands. Oh! Linnaeus, please, invite me. That totally sounds like my jam. Oh my gosh. River Rats. River Rats. I'm going to see. Let's take a look at BGG. I'm totally into this premise of a cooperative game where you make poker hands to defeat bosses. Yeah. I mean, I'm a sucker for any poker game. I love the gang, right? Oh, look at okay, these cards are super cute. The 3 of spades, is that a chipmunk dropping binoculars? Okay, adorbs. These are super cute cards. What the heck? Is that a flamingo? Oh my god. Okay, who did this art? Anyone besides Lydia, have you all played this? Artist Rick's Hershop. Rick's, I like your art. Wow. River Rats looks cool though. So it is on BGA. We can play on BGA. It says 10 to 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm totally into this. Let's see. Players take on the roles of the crew, working together to outplay the rich rats by crafting stronger poker hands. Using teamwork, clever hand management, and strategic planning, they must manipulate the game to shift the odds in their favor. Each of the 4 crew factions has unique abilities, and players must combine their faction powers with their own special actions to outwit the rich rats and send them back to their cabins a little poorer than before. Oh, that's funny. Defeat both river rats by ensuring each accumulates the 5 debt before you collectively gain the debt. Oh, interesting. Okay, so there it is. A standard deck of cards with a rule book. Oh, I'm so into this. Yeah, Linnea, please send me an invite. And folks, if you're on BGA, feel free to invite me to games. I can't play them all. I know I've received some recently. I've received some invites, and unfortunately, I had to pass just because I didn't have time, and I knew I was going to be away from BGA for a little while. And also some games, if I don't know them, I shouldn't say that. Certain games, I tend to play the lighter stuff on BGA, but I mean, I do play. I usually have a game of Castle or Burgundy going, only because I know that game like the back of my hand. But feel free to invite me to the games, folks. And also, if you haven't already, I'm going to drop our Discord link. If you're not part of our Discord, come hang out there. That's where we, excuse me, a lot of us will put up BGA games there, and you can join via the Discord. Paul says, totally buying. Just thinking how portable the game is. Love taking them on trips. Agreed. Hey, Corthane, good to see you here. Bonds, hi. I'm sad we couldn't play a game together, but it was good seeing you. And I also like, yeah, agreed. Bonds, folks, she was there at the event I was just talking about. She actually played off with their heads before I did. She was downstairs, and I was still upstairs finishing my game of Wonderland's War Duel. And then she was playing that, and then we switched. But so good to see you, Bonds. I hope you had a wonderful day. Linnaeus says, I'm a sucker for duel games. Agreed. Especially if they're shorter. Agreed. Sir Barrett says, now I want to play River Rats TV. I love poker-based games. Yeah, folks, I think we have poker-based games fans in the house. Count me amongst them. Take another quick look at River Rats here. I mean, I'm all about a game that has, you know, poker hands. And I love seeing that being used as a mechanism where it's something that's very near and dear to my heart, right? Playing poker. And it just comes as second nature to me. But then to do different things with it and actually make playable games out of that is really, really nice. Thank you, Linnea. Cuca Burrito. Sup, Captain? Just jumped in. You're right. Them some cute cards. Thanks, Cuca Burrito. Yeah, super cute. Let's go over here. Is this like a whole page? Oh, this is like a uncut sheet of art. Very nice. So River Rats, who made this? This is Four Suit Studio. Love it. Very, very cool. Sir Beresford says, so no quick jaunty game of Twilight Imperium 4th edition. Actually, you can play, well, I wouldn't say it's jaunty, but it's definitely a shorter version of the Twilight Inscription, the roll and write game of Twilight Imperium, which I have not played since it came out. That was a really terrific game. Hello, Our Family Plays Games. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Good to see you here. Good morning. Good morning. Folks, say hi to Our Family Plays Games in the chat. What's up, y'all? LA folks doing too much. I'm very fortunate to live out here. We had a great day yesterday at Shu and Christina of Going Analog. They're pretty much, they're if you're ever in Southern California, Shu and Christina are very kind. They open up their home to a lot of us here in Southern California. They have a beautiful home. I've always called it, so they just moved to a new place, but I've always called their home like the best board gaming cafe ever, even though it's not a public board game cafe. They are both wonderful hosts. They have all the games. They play all the games. They're just wonderful people. And fun fact, Christina is one of the best bakers you will ever come across. She baked some goodies yesterday. Chef's kiss. You ever have those Madeline cookies? Christina made 2 flavors yesterday in honor of the event we were having for Wonderland's War Duel. So we had a red, it was a red velvet Madeline, and also for the other one, what was it? The Earl Grey. Oh, the Earl Grey Madeline. I'm not going to lie, folks. I think I had 5 of those. Don't tell anyone. They still had some when I left, so I didn't eat them all, but I could have easily eaten them all. They're also very kind. Christina and Shu allowed me to take a few home for Michelle, and Michelle had them. Yeah, so good. Paul, what's your con plans for 26? Paul is finally getting to Dice Tower West. Paul, thank you for asking. I was just talking about this. I have there's one con I'm going to for sure now. I'm super excited. I have not announced it yet, but I will be announcing soon. But as far as Dice Tower West, I'll probably go. I tried to limit my travel this year, which I did a pretty good job. Unfortunately, I'm not going to go to PAX Unplugged next month. That's the one I really wanted to go to, but just travel. I'm trying to I'm trying to travel less as this year and next year as well. Next year. Okay, so Gen Con is definitely the one I'll go to every year, just because that's the one for us in North America. I'll probably go to Gamma. Gamma, I think, from a business standpoint, is the best for, at least for folks that do what I do, content creation. Gamma and Gen Con are best for business for me personally. And speaking of personally, I love playing at Dice Tower West is one of them. There's a local one here in town. That started last year, and I believe they're doing it again next year, called LFG Con in Burbank. And to me, that is the best con in Southern California. They've done it once, and I don't know what it is. Just they had everything perfect for this con. So There's a long-running convention in LA called Strategicon. They do it 3 times a year. I think there are some really good people involved with that organization. I feel like that event, the venue isn't my favorite. It is near LAX, which isn't bad, but the venue itself, it's an older hotel, the LAX Hilton, and I just feel like they do things. How do I say this? For board gaming, I think they really shoot themselves in the foot as far as the space is concerned. So they have this huge ballroom, which is a reserve for miniature gaming, a bunch of different things, which is fine. But that space is never always used correctly because there's a board gaming open gaming space that's second floor. We call it the dungeon because it gets hot down there. The Wi-Fi sucks, and honestly, it's a smaller space and it's always completely packed. And they should totally reverse it. They should put the big open gaming in the bigger space. And it's one of those things. I get it. They've been doing that for 20, 25 odd years. It's one of those things I think people sort of got set in their ways and like, hey, this is how it's always been done. This is how it's going to go. I don't agree with it. And I feel like they should really change that space. And honestly, the hotel itself, I know they've been there for years, and I'm sure they're getting some kind of great rate, but there should be a way for them to look outside of that. Anyways, rant over. Again, Strategicon, I know some people that are involved, they're good people, but LFG Con, I feel like they learned all the lessons by going to Strategicon and they did everything right. Better hotel near the Burbank airport. Better parking. Like, if you ever parked at LAX Hilton, it is a freaking crapshoot and it sucks straight up. And Burbank, the Burbank airport or the Burbank Marriott where they had LFG Con, plenty of open spaces for gaming, parking, everything. They did everything right. I would love to see LFG Con continue. Folks, follow them on Instagram, and it's like 3 local business owners. I think it's like 2 game store owners, and I forget the third. It was like a gaming cafe. They did everything right. I just support LFG Con, folks, if you can. Shout out to everyone joining. Appreciate y'all. Linnea says, anybody here going to BGG Con? My bestie and I booked all our travel and hotels recently. Nice. See, now, dang it, now I want to go to BGG Con. That's the one I have not been to yet, and everyone tells me it's, the best one. I know Christine and Shu of Going Out Live. I was talking to them last night. They're going, and they actually host a live show there. So if you're going to BGG Con, please go to support Shu and Christina. They are doing their annual board game quiz show live. It's an awesome quiz show, and I cannot talk about that quiz show without shouting out, you know who is the reigning, defending Season 1 champion, right? This guy right here. And I brought it up again last night when I saw them. Shu always gets a kick out of that. And like I said, I think I'm going to retire from my board game quiz show career so I can retire on top as a champion. Amy Truth's going to be at BGG Con. Nice. Sir Bearsworth agrees. LFG Con is really good. Yes. Wait, what? Check out our latest Sunday show, Our Family Plays Games. Someone's doing a con in Omaha next year. Wonder who? Nice! Oh my gosh. Sir Bearsworth, you can always engage in some shameless self-promotion. In fact, friends, promote away. Our chat, again, as long as it's not too spammy and I don't get a bunch of bots in here, as long as it's board game related, please spam away or self-promote away here. Wi-Fi is good now. Okay, Baby True, talking about Strategicon, but still too crowded, uncomfortably hot. That's the thing. Like, I don't understand why. I mean, I know some of the backstories there, but Baby True, tell me if I'm wrong. Shouldn't the open gaming area at Strategicon be up where the ballroom is? And shouldn't they switch? I don't know. To Live in Nice in LA. Oh wow, didn't realize there was another SoCal Con, much more local. Yeah, To Live in Nice in LA. So this was their first year they did it back in March or April. Very cool people, and the vibe was excellent. And everyone I talked to that was there, I saw a lot of the usual suspects there, right? Or Sir Bears was there. A lot of us local gamers were there, and again, just the feedback I got from everyone there was like, wow. This is the way cons should be, because it always frustrates me, and I get it. Running these things are not easy, and shout out to anyone who does it. But I don't see why LA is not one of the big hubs of board gaming. We have a lot of content creators out here. We got a lot of gamers out here, right? Forget the content creators, but just folks who love board gaming. There's a ton of people that play board games in Southern California. Why shouldn't LA, this big international hub, have some kind of convention that's looked at as like one of the main ones in board gaming? We have Dice Tower West, and it's West. But come on, it's not West Coast. We're talking Vegas. I mean, there's, we have, was it PAX West, right? Is that in Seattle? They also have OrcaCon, and then we have KublaCon in San Francisco. LA needs something like that. And StrategicCon for years, I thought that was going to be the one. It's one of those things. Like I said before, they've been there forever, but they've maintained. Whereas I think LFG Con has started, and they're going to continue to grow. Right, they're just going to grow and grow as long as they can, afford to keep doing it, and that's why they've got my full 100% support. I want to see them just become a thing. Linnaeus, it'll be my first BGG con and way cheaper than PAX. Nice, that's what I heard. BGG con fall is fun. OFPG says. Bunch of bots, Dunkbot. Sir Bearswood says, I'm on a podcast called The Five by myself, Book of Nerds, Manapana discuss LFG and cons in a recent episode. Nice. Folks, I'm a huge fan of The Five by. You remember I was a host there for years, but I moved on because I'm focused on other projects. But yeah, Sir Bearsworth and friends, they still do a fantastic job. Please check out The Five by podcast. AB Troop says, LFG Con was a good first effort. They did a number of things like the food trucks and a social mixer. I miss the social mixer. Then again, I only went one day. FYI, I went the one day that I could. Yeah, it was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think. And I think I just did Saturday. Or did I do Friday and Saturday? I forget. Anyways, the food truck was great. I'd love to see, obviously, more food trucks. But I love that you could, again, literally walk outside and there's a food truck. And there's like a bunch of restaurants nearby anyways. So you could totally like Grubhub, just have them send it to the lobby. Stuff like, and do that. Corthane, why doesn't LA have one? Because you haven't started. If I had the time and energy, I would love to start one. But yeah, again, nothing but respect for StrategicCon, LFG Con, any con like that is a huge effort. And there's good people involved with all these events. I don't always agree with some of the decisions made for some, but that doesn't mean I don't respect the work that they do. Bond says, LFG Con was so nice. I'd consider staying at the hotel because they have a pool and I could make a weekend vacay out of it. Yeah, that pool area was really sweet too. And what I think is neat is you can see, so the main like activities hall or the ballroom or whatever, all of us nerds playing board games, it was the convention. Then as you went to the hotel, there you crossed over to the main hotel and there was that pool area. And I saw, there's a bunch of people at the pool just hanging out, having fun. But there are also like this little area where people had their laptops and were working. I was like, oh, you could totally get work done here as well. Excuse me. And then AB Troop says, StrategicCon does need to make an open gaming area in the main ballroom. I know friends who quit going because of the dungeon. I'm one of them, AB Troop. That dungeon, I've done it a couple times, and I just said, why am I... again, I want to support the con, but I'm going there to be uncomfortable. Like, sitting there... there's been times in that dungeon, I'm sure the open gaming area, tell me if I'm not the only one, where I'm sitting there playing game and I'm sweating. I'm literally like, it's soaking in sweat. Like, why am I going down here to be uncomfortable, not have Wi-Fi, trying to play games? And I love playing games with friends and making new friends and stuff. But at a certain point, folks, I'm just too old and grumpy. Like, I ain't got time for this. Why am I, being uncomfortable? So a lot of times it's strategic. What's funny is, instead of going to that ballroom, I would just, get a game from the library with a friend. And again, my buddy Daryl or whoever, we just get a game and just not go to open gaming area. We just find some place in the hotel, anywhere else in the hotel that had a table. We would just sit there, and it sort of defeats the purpose. Like, I like going to the open gaming area because everyone's playing games. You sort of have that camaraderie of, oh, everyone's playing games and you can look over, oh, what are you playing? What are you playing? Or someone sees what you're playing. Maybe you have an open seat. They join you. That's what it's all about. But when it's like freaking hot and humid and sweaty, forget it. My mood goes, phew, and I'm over. I'm over it. Oh man, I'm complaining a lot about Strategicon. Sorry, folks. This is a Monday fun day. Let's have some fun here. Bonds is saying go Saturday morning, stay Saturday night, leave Sunday. Yeah, that would be perfect. Black Board Game is in the house. Hey, Ruel, I'm on my lunch break. Saw the stream pop up. Just pop. Thank you, Dwayne. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for stopping by. Always good to hear from you, my friend. Oh, Bonds says they had an outdoor restaurant there too. Oh yeah, I don't go because I have to pay to go into the dungeon. Yeah, it's just Strategicon. But LFG Con, folks. So it was at the Burbank Marriott. I just think it's 100 times better than the than Strategicon. Gameritis guy giving shout out to Sir Bearsworth with the latest and greatest episode of the 5x. Vending machine, the restaurant was a popular spot. Attendance was down last Strategicon, so they have to consider changes. I hope they do. I really do. Again, they've been around for 20 plus years, and they have a huge core audience. I just tweet. They don't have to like completely change things, but again, I think they should listen to the feedback of not just us, but there's a lot of people been telling them for years, change this, change that. I do appreciate they're very family friendly. I've always appreciated that about Strategicon. So let's talk about some of the good stuff, right? They always have like a family friendly portion of the con. That are, for younger gamers, new gamers, families to get together and learn about the hobby and play games. There's a video game section that they have. They have a lot of different tournaments. They have a lot of giveaways. So there's a lot of good for Strategicon. I'm just, we are all talking as hardcore gamers, our experiences with it, which we think they can improve on some. Complaining happens. Just got to move past it. Some days are harder than others. Most caffeine. That's right. I don't know the numbers, but it was definitely down. Yeah. And that I have heard the same thing. I have heard that things have been down. Friends, I'm drinking my coffee. I've got my water as well. Let me know what games you played this weekend. We're going to continue talking. I was going to play a game, but like I said, I don't really have a plan. I'm just sort of hanging out, talking about what I played this weekend. So I played Wonderland's War Duel, which we talked about. Played Off With The Heads, which we talked about. I don't think I'd played anything. Yeah, that was yesterday. Other things, we play. Becca and I played. What did we play on Good Morning Society? What was it? We played. Was it no? Not Fruit Fight, the Knizia game. There was another game that we just played. Anyone remember? I don't remember. Oh, I can look on my phone. We played. Was it Barron Park? No, Barron Park was the week before. Let me see. I'm gonna go to my BG stats app. We played Ohanami. Ohanami. So this one, Ohanami. Have y'all played this? Ohanami. It was apparently Becca played it a bunch before. This was new to me. This was a terrific game. I really enjoy this. It is a drafting / tableau building. It's funny. I didn't put 2 and 2 together till later, but it's by the same designer as the game. So you're just basically trying to go in numerical order. Let me see if there's a gameplay image here. Images. Okay, here you go. On your turn, you're going to have, I think it's 10 cards. You're going to draft 2 of them, and then you're going to give the other cards to your opponents. You pass left to right or right to left, whatever the round is. And you play 2 cards into your tableau. Your tableau is going to be 3 columns. So it represents your garden. You're going to create 3 gardens, and you go in numerical order. You can bypass numbers, that's fine, or miss them. But it's got to be in ascending or descending order. And the cards that you add on later, they can only either be higher or lower. So the entire deck is 120 cards, numbered 1 through 120, and then those, as you get cards drafted, you have to figure out, do I want to put this here, or do I toss it? You can discard it out of the game. Or, do you start a new garden if you haven't had 3 yet? It is great. I really had fun with this. And Becca and I, we played, I think I beat her by like 3 or 4 points. It was so close. But yeah, Ohanami, this is on Good Morning Society, the Good Time Society channel now, if you want to watch the replay. I immediately added this to my board gaming go bag. So this game will now always be around, ready to play. I really enjoyed this. And, Linnea's here in chat. We played like the game Quick and Easy with Kelly and Aaron. I feel like this is almost like I don't know, just a slightly better version of the game. The game is like a pure it's like a pure numbers game, right? But here in Ohanami, you get numbers, but also you score after each round, and you're going to score based on the colors that you have. So the blues are worth, here's a blue here, number 20. Those are going to be worth like 3 points in the first round, but they score all 3 rounds. The greens are worth 4 points, but they only score in rounds 2 and 3. The grays are worth like 7 points, but they only score in round 3. And then finally you have the pink cherry blossoms. Those score at the end of the game only, and depending on how many you have. So it's like if you have 5 cherry blossoms, you get like 10 points. If you have 10, then you get 25 points. It's like an exponential scale. It's so good, folks. Highly recommend this. And Vending Machine Games, this is one of those games that will definitely fit in a vending machine. I think it's excellent, excellent game. Let me move back on comments. I know I missed a few here. Kuka Burrito says, not sure if you've talked about it in the past, but since you mentioned PokerStar games, have you played Regicide Legacy? Thoughts? No, I have not. And thank you for the comment, Burrito. Regicide. So I did play the original Regicide. And I don't know if y'all remember the drama behind this. I quit playing this game because it ended up being published by a publisher that again, just I know this is a family friendly stream. I'm going to drop this, but the publisher, not the designer, the publisher turned out to be a real asshole. Okay, so I refuse to support it. But thankfully, and I'm glad you brought this up, Regicide Legacy was a re-implementation and published by someone that's a much better publisher, and I want to play this. I really do want to play this. This is another standard deck of cards, poker style game, and I'm looking forward to this. You know, I should. Can you still buy this? Or is there an option to buy this? Let me see. Shopping. Defeat Geek Market. Oh my gosh, 80, is that $80 Canadian? Where can you buy this? Here it is. Buy now. 95 bucks. Wow. Oh, it's a pre-order. Legacy reset. Okay, cooperative campaign game set over 12 challenging missions. Play solo. You had me right there. Or with up to 4 players. Win missions, get powerful upgrades, and open the next mission pack. Tons of content. Over 400 cards. Oh my gosh. Nice. Yeah, I remember playing the original. I really enjoyed it. So this I'm going to have to look into as well. Thank you for that, Burrito. Bonds says, one good thing is that they do teaching sessions where you watch someone teach a heavy board game and everyone stands around and watches. I learned Merchants of the Dark Road with like 11 hours. Yeah, again, shout out to, we're talking about Strategicon. It is a great place to learn games. They have a lot of those, like, you know, gaming 101 type of events. Like Bonds was saying, the teaching sessions are phenomenal. And that's actually, that might have been, is that where I met Monique and Naveen? Because Monique and Naveen, they teach a lot of games there for years. Dude, I know the last time I was, man, it's been so long. What was the game? I know I with Naveen, excuse me, and Ben. We played Brass Birmingham there. I don't think it was a teaching session, though. Oh, this coffee's so good. Gamer Ice Guy, I hosted a game yesterday at my local board game cafe. The Plum Island Horror, a GMT zombie game for Spoopy Month. Spent weeks learning rules and got to teach it to one other player. Finished a full game at 3.5 hours with a close win. Nice. Oh, let's look that one up. Is this the one? Gamer Ice Guy, Plum Island Horror. More of a bad thing. I just saw. Oh no, wait. The Plum Island Horror. Yeah. Bring this up on screen. Plum Island Horror. There is a new one out. Like More of a Bad Thing or whatever. Wow. I love the artwork of this. This totally reminds me of Book of Nerds, right? I know John Gonzalez, Book of Nerds. This is their. I always think of like his, you know, graphic design, and his aesthetic is old school horror, at least in my mind's eye. But look at this. How was the gameritis guy? Got to teach to one of the player, finished full game 3.5 hours with a close win. Very nice. Yeah, what are y'all playing? I feel like I haven't been in the Halloween mood lately, but I know people are been playing their Halloweenish games this weekend. Excuse me. Dark Satanica played a solo version of Villainous this week. Oh, last week I received and played Leaping Lions, Fighting Fantasy Adventures. Very nice. Color My Critters was a good week. Wow. Wait a second. Is there Leaping Lions? Is that the... Would they have it on here? Yeah, Leaping Lions. Build a variety of platforms to stage the most exciting Malaysian lion dance. Oh, that looks interesting. Is this a... Oh, Daryl Tan. Okay, yeah, I've seen a designer before. What else has Daryl Tan done? I know I've seen that name. Daryl Tan. What else have you done, Daryl? Here's Daryl. Let's see. Link Games. Oh, that's it? Well, maybe I'm thinking... No, I'm thinking Daryl Chow. My bad. My bad. A lot of Daryl designers out there, folks. Daryl Andrews. My buddy Daryl Durston. But Leaping Lions looks terrific. Is this... it is a Button Shy game. Okay. We all know we're Button Shy fans here. We all love Button Shy games. So... Alright. I'm ready adding this to... I need to play this. This came out... Is this a newer game? This came out this year. Nice. Dark Satanica played at least one game a day for Solo-tober. I had no idea it was Solo-tober. And it's already October 27th. What is the date today? Oh my gosh. Stats71, hi. Welcome on in. Good to see you here. Again, I'm running a little late here with comments, but thank you. AB True said, I had a rare weekend. My group didn't meet. Last Wednesday we played Ottawa, Fleet the Dice Game, Sea Salt, and Paper, a classic. A couple of classics here. Fun looking game. To get myself out there. Right on. Gamer Nice Guy. Not the same. Nice hour. I have this on my wish list. Good. No, I definitely don't like supporting publishers that are jerks. Yeah, it was one of those things. It was just, unfortunately, the designer didn't know that this publisher is going to end up being a whack job. But thankfully, that stuff is over. And, Dark Satanica says, got the standard Regicide. That'll do me. Nice. I have the Voynich Puzzle on the table. It's a new... Oh, yeah. Was it Rado that was just raving about this? Yeah, everyone, Danny Garcia, big time, the new kid on the block. But all the games he's published recently are just bangers, right? Barcelona, Windmill Valley, Arborea, Daitoshi, Nico Syndicate, the Voynich Puzzle, Coming of Age, the Barcelona expansions and stuff. I've heard this one is good. I really want to play this one. AB True says, it has a mechanic where you upgrade your action cards and your turns... Ooh, nice. Always like that. Bond says, I got to play 10 twice since Thursday. Yeah, 10 is so good. Wait, Bonds, did we play that on Good Time Society? Didn't we do a video? Was that us? Folks, if you haven't played 10... Now, we were talking about roll and writes earlier. This is a crunchier roll and write. This has definitely got some crunch to it. And I like it too because it has these really cool stamps. So you have your markers you can mark, but you can literally stamp your scorecard. It's super cute. But didn't we do a video on this? Let me see. Let me look this up. YouTube, Good Time Society 10. My camera's shaking. Sorry. Oh no, it wasn't. Okay, my bad. Whoops. There's Becca. There's me. Okay. Oh, you guys, what am I doing? Let me show you. So, yeah, we played 10. This is what it was. Me, Becca, Ashley, Shay, and, me, Becca, Ashley. Yeah, it was a 4-player game. I remember this because this was actually a pretty big day of shooting. So this is 10 right there. As you can see, there's a lot going on. If you're fans of, like, Twilight Inscription style of roll and writes, the bigger, more involved roll and writes, this is definitely for you. I would not, if someone's new to roll and write, I would not start them off with this. I mean, start depending, I guess. But for most casual, I feel like most casual or new gamers, probably this seems like a lot. But it was excellent. It was really, really good. Yeah, massive game. Bond's played it twice. It's so good. Massive game. Okay, this, but I haven't hit the table yet. Sir Beresworth's been playing House of Thousand Corpses, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Slaughter. Ooh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Slaughter. Let's go back over here. Texas Chainsaw Massacre Slaughter. Wait, where's that one? Is it this one? I see the Escape. Oh, Slaughterhouse. Obviously, this is the perfect game for Halloween, the Halloween season, right? Okay, I love that they have this big chainsaw here. Is that the first player marker, or is that actually used in the game? Leatherface and the family. The Fam Bam. Oh, this is pretty brutal. Yeah. I've never seen any of the newer Texas Chainsaw Massacres. I've only seen the original a couple of times. That one, and as a kid, well, I wasn't a kid, but I remember being younger and I saw this, and it freaked me out. House of a Thousand Corpses. I saw the second. What was the one after that? I'm not the biggest horror guy. I used to be, right? So when I was younger, fun fact: my cousin, and my uncle, they actually owned a video store back in the day. Remember when? I don't know, before, like around the time of Blockbuster, when you could still get videotapes, you would rent them for like a couple of days or a week or whatever. My aunt and uncles owned the stores, a small business, local, and I remember this was many, 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 many moons ago. My cousin, he would come over every other day or every day during the summer. And he would bring over a movie from his mom and dad's store. So it'd be me, my cousin, another cousin, and then my younger brothers. And I think we watched every single horror movie that they had. All the Friday the 13th, all the Halloweens, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a bunch of stuff. And my poor youngest brother, he was little. I mean, yeah, maybe he should have been watching some of that stuff. No, he definitely shouldn't have been watching some of that stuff. But there's a few times when I know he walked out of the room. But we were, you're kids. Oh my gosh, so stupid. But what was I talking about? Texas Chainsaw. Why did I get off on this tangent? Yeah, I remember Texas Chainsaw Massacre being one. Anyways, Cuckoo Burrito. I just played World Wonders at 2 players for the second time. It's actually become my preferred player count. A great game of chicken with who's going to grab a mine first. Yeah, Michelle and I really liked World Wonders at 2 as well. In fact, I only played that at 2 and I think 3 players. World Wonders. And I don't know if I actually ever played it at 4. But yeah, again, we are huge Tile Lane fans. So this one was fun. Let me see, World Wonders. Yeah, there it is. I don't know if I ever did a video for it. No, I'm sure I did. Right? Didn't I? I could have sworn I did a video for it. I don't know where it is. Let me see, World Wonders. World Wonders. Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, there's Michelle and I playing there. Oh, it's for TLN. We did TLN a couple of years ago. And this is one of our last TLNs that we did, but there it is. World Wonders. Yeah, I love this tile lane. As you can see there, laying tiles, and you're going to grab these monuments up here. It's a drafting game. It's got like a nice little resource management as well for you to build these, the buildings and are these the roads? I forget. It was a roads or tunnels or something. Really, really enjoy that. Okay, continue on here. Let's see. House of Fado. Kanban EV. Same designer, completely different levels of weight. Both amazing. Oh, nice. Had to step... Oh, okay, welcome back, Linnea. And we're just continuing talking about all the different games we're playing these days. Let us know what you've been up to. To Live Nice in LA says Evie has one-up me for Solotober because she's playing Super Mega Lucky Box on BGM. My phone. What? Who let it? Oh my gosh. That's like shocking to me. I mean, it's awesome. She's playing solo games now? Oh my goodness. We have not seen her. We haven't seen y'all in a long time. Oh my gosh. Bond says, no, we did Mad Kala together. Maybe you did 10 and I did. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Mad Kala, we had like that little tournament. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and as I saw in the video, yeah, it was Ashley, not Bonds. But yeah, now I was mixing all those up. Stats says, I love seeing the LA community playing together. And I'm always saying this, I'm very fortunate that we have a lot of gamers here in California, the greater LA area, right? So I'm actually, Bonds and I, yeah, we're like Southern California, I like to say, rather than just LA, because LA proper is, very small. And there's a bunch of us spread out throughout Southern California. That we all say LA because it's just easier. Or easiest. AB Trees, one of my group got 10. It should hit the table soon. Very nice. As a teacher, my patience ran thin by the end. Why are you still asking me questions on round 12? I need... Oh, Bonds. Yeah, I tend to ask a lot of questions when I'm playing this. And I remember yesterday I was still asking questions when we were playing Wonderland's Duel towards the end. I still had questions. But actually, just to be fair, I feel like a bunch of us still had questions. We wanted to make sure we're playing the game right. Because there was actually no rule book. James was teaching to us. And we had all, at least most of us had played Wonderland's War Duel before. But it was like, we didn't have a rule book. We just sort of like by memory. And a lot of it, there's similar bits to Wonderland's War, so we sort of went along those lines. Sir Bearsworth says the chainsaw piece is for the bad guy player. It is a 1 versus many. Okay, 1 versus many. That makes sense for, I'm assuming 1 is like Leatherface and everyone else is trying to escape. Stat says, I still get a kick out of playing Alien, the Fate of Nostromo. Is that the Alien Fate of Nostromo board game? Is that the one... Oh, there. Hey, we got I just found a Paula Deming video on Watch It Played for Alien. She has her cat, which is very thematic. Oh yeah. I remember playing this one. Where did I play this? I played this on Dice Tower, I think. Yeah. This one sort of fell off. I feel like people thought the IP was great, but then the game itself, for whatever reason, didn't like resonate with folks. But I know that there's almost like a director's cut, like the designer on BGG uploaded or shared rules that he felt were like the rules he would have gone with, rather than what the publisher intended. I think is that what the story is? Linnea says Devil's Rejects is the second, I believe. Yeah, we were talking about. I'm sorry to bounce around topics so much, friends, but I don't know. It's just I've got the coffee in me, and I'm just sort of I'm talking 1 second, and I know chat's sort of like it's delayed by a minute or two, but I'm just going back and forth. Linnea's talking about Devil's Rejects, the second in the series of like House of a Thousand Corpses, the whole Rob Zombie thing. I watched those years ago, and I realized I sort of gave up. Not gave up, but I realized the horror thing isn't for me anymore. I'm just like I don't find it. It's just not my jam anymore, right? And I know Michelle's not into it, so maybe that plays into it. Like we'd rather watch any other genre, just not horror. But if you're into it, that's great. That's what I was talking about too. When I was talking about my aunt and uncle had the video store, we watched all the horror. Maybe I just got it out of my system in an early age. I don't know. Stat says, I really want to get hold of The Thing, another film time. Someone just posted about that. I just saw it on Instagram. Someone was talking about that. Dark Satanica, we used to watch all sorts when we were around 10 at a mate's house. Yeah, that sounds right? We were probably, well, actually, no, my youngest brother was a lot younger than that. But my cousin and us, we were probably around 14, 15 at the time. I know we weren't old enough to drive a car yet, but we were old enough to get like dropped off by our parents at each other's houses during the summer. Amy True grew up with lots of cousins. Good time. Yeah. Then that's for us too. It was like our best friends at the time. They were all cousins, right? We're extended family, cousins that by in-laws or whatever. Parents didn't care, so I became a fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Nice. I'm a big fan of those 80s Arnold movies. Totally, and all silly action movies. Commando, one of my all-time. Was it Commando? Yeah, one of my all-time favorites. Commando, so stupid, but come on. Get to the chopper. Wait, is that Commando or Predator? Oh my gosh. Predator is the one with that alien. Commando is the one where Arnold says, what was his line there? Oh yeah, I thought, the guy's, oh, I thought you were going to kill me last. And he just, I lied, and drops him. One of my all-time favorite Arnold bits. Linnea says, I was busy on my honeymoon. Oh, by the way, congratulations, Linnea. Folks, let's give it to Linnea. Recently on a honeymoon recently, so I didn't game as much, but I did play Rise with a friend last night. Bumping all the tracks. Nice. Living Nice Nelly, she's going on 5. Oh my god. She's 5 going on 15. Yeah, let's get together before the end of the year, please. Acrobatic Puzzle Games. Hey, Ruel, thanks for sharing your enthusiastic fire all the time. Oh, thank you so much, Capra. Capra Batica show. I appreciate you. That's very kind of you to say. I am so honored to be part of the gaming community here in Southern California in real life, but also online as well. Always happy to hang out with y'all. They're asking, are you playing any party card games lately? Party card games, yes. What I played recently, we played this one recently, which I really enjoy because I like this designer a lot. Red Letter, Yellow Letter from Nathan Thornton. This was sent to me by 25th Century Games. If you don't know the name Nathan Thornton, you should know it because he's done some wonderful games, including one of my all-time favorite party games, Green Team Wins. So why don't we take a quick look at Red Letter, Yellow Letter. And I know we've played this before. I'm pretty sure we did, either here or on another channel. But in this game, oops, it's Red Letter, so you're going to have Red Letter here. You'll have, I'm just going to do a quick sample round here. Red Letter, Yellow Letter, and then Things, okay? And I mean, there's a bunch of cards here. I'm just putting a couple for examples. So, you have a Red Letter, you have a Yellow Letter, so we're going to put that here. Okay, Red Letter, Yellow Letter. And then your Things. So, it's a real-time game. And once we start, I'll just say start. You have to come up with a, something starts with the letter W, but does not have the letter U. Okay, so Thing is a furry animal. I want to hear what you all think is a furry animal, starts with a W, does not have a U. Okay, and this is how this is how you play Red Letter, Yellow Letter, folks. Let me see, anyone got anything here in chat? And I'll come back to the other comments in just a second. We're just going to go. Wombat. Boom. Perfect. Linnea wins. So, if is a furry animal, is a wombat, starts with W, does not have a W, U, Linnea would choose either the Red Letter, the Yellow Letter, or the Thing. And you would take that, and that scores you a point. And what you're trying to do is get, I think it's 6 points. 2 things, 2 yellow letters, 2 red letters. That's all you're trying to do. And the first to do that wins the game. But here's the thing. Once you take this off the thing off the table, so Linnea would get this, you just turn the next one over and you continue. It's just a non-stop game until someone's got 6 cards total. So then, something inexpensive. Friends in chat. W, starts with a W, doesn't have a U. Anyone? Hi, Eva Little. Thanks for hanging out. Hello, are people... Okay, water. Exactly. Something inexpensive. So now, let's say Linnea says, okay, great. I've got that. She's going to take the yellow letter. Okay, so now she's got 2 points. And then we just flip over the next yellow letter and continue. So now, something inexpensive starts with P, does not have U. P-U. Does not have P-U. What is something inexpensive, starts with P, does not have U? I'm going to wait for someone in chat. I have something in mind. Inexpensive. Pencil. Perfect. I was actually thinking paper, Linnea. So Linnea's crushing it, folks. Oh, Live and Dice in LA. I'm going to say, Linnea's got 2. We're going to say that Live and Dice in LA got that one. There's also Pen from Eva Little. Bing says, go Purdue. Okay. So let's say Eva Little takes the red letter. So she takes this, or they take this. So they have 1 point. Linnea has 2 points, etc. We turn this over. Again, we just continue the game. Something inexpensive starts with P, does not have a G. So then we could go back to paper or pen or pencil or whatever. And that's how you go. You're just going to keep going until someone's collected 2 things, 2 yellow letters, and 2 red letters. And that's the game. And then whoever does that first wins. That's Red Letter, Yellow Letter, folks. Highly recommend it. Nathan Thornton has done Green Team Wind, which is fantastic, and Red Letter, Yellow Letter, which is another winner for sure. Even though it says Pug for sure isn't cheap. That's right. Peas, yes, acrobatic puzzle games. That is it right there. That's another one. 25th Century does so great with those weight games. I agree. They do a lot of really great games. And fun fact, we're going to be playing one of those. Oh, no, I take that back. We are going to be recording one of those games this week over at Good Time Society. I thought we were going to be playing it live, but I just realized I spoke out of turn. We're going to be doing something for our Patreon supporters over on Good Time Society where we play like one more game, right? The one more game series where, I don't know why I'm doing this. One more game series where we play games for our Patreon supporters that are not live streamed. But red letter, yellow letter, folks, be sure to check this out. I also bring up, what was I going to, Nathan Thornton, the designer of Green Team Wins. Green Team Wins. Because I wanted to share this here. Where is it? Here it is. I wanted to share this. Green Team Wins live. This is Grant Lyon's show. It is a wonderful show. This is where Grant hosts different comedians, a set of different comedians, and between comedian sets. So a comedian will do a set, and then they'll take a break and play Green Team Wins. Literally play Green Team Wins with the audience. Okay, but what's great is if you never play Green Team Wins, it's super simple. You're just there's gonna be a clue or a category, and then you're going to write an answer, and you're trying to be in the majority of what the audience and viewers say. So what Grant does, which is really great, is between each set, he'll come up with questions. Him and his co-host, I believe it's Dave, they came up with questions or prompts that are based on the previous comedian's set. It's a lot of fun. So, and there's some not so family friendly content, which is great. Michelle and I've gone to the first two. That's really, really funny. Let me get the info here back on the board or the screen. So general admission, you can get tickets right now. This is at the Comedy Store in Hollywood, right there on Sunset Boulevard. And general admission, $18. Totally worth it. It's about I think it's like a 90-minute show or so. It starts at 7 p.m. It's on a Sunday. The next show is November 2nd, Sunday. So, is that this weekend? That's this Sunday, folks, already. I didn't realize that. So it's at the Belly Room at the Comedy Store. The Belly Room is the upstairs room. So you have the main room in the bottom floor. Then you go upstairs, a nice intimate room. You'll have a great view of the action. And what's cool is Grant is going to award prizes as well. So you're going to win board games and other things as well during the show. So be sure to check that out. Acrobatic puzzle games. It looks familiar, doesn't seem hard to learn, but still challenging. Thanks a million for the impromptu demo. Yeah, thank you for hanging out and playing along. I love Green Team Wins. I think Nathan Thornton does a really great job with lighter party games. So he's done this one, Green Team Wins, and the game Medium. If you ever played Medium, another terrific party game. So that is red letter, yellow letter. And I just talked about the comedy show. I'm going to hydrate a little bit. Keep those games coming in, folks. Let's talk about more games. What else are you all up to? Because I just realized probably not going to play a game because my voice is starting to go. I'm going to need to take a break soon, but I am happy to talk about more games. Got my hydration on. And so, yeah, if you're in the Hollywood area, Hollywood, California, this weekend, be sure to check out Grant's show at the Comedy Store, folks. Terrific show. Again, Michelle and I have seen 2 shows. Highly recommend it. And, for Grant's show, it is... I think it's the... okay. So this one is not the Comedy Store. It's Show Clicks. I guess I'll drop the link in chat. Whoops. There it is. Links in chat right now. Showclicks.com. Event Green Team November 2nd. Yeah. Linnea says the Kickstarter for more Elder Scroll content is live. Very excited about that. Yeah. You know, it's funny, Linnea, I was just talking about you. We got to do a show, I think 2 weeks ago, with Andrew from Chip Theory Games, and Andrew had sent me a copy of Elder Scrolls, and I said, I'm like, yeah, my friend Linnea has already played. I don't know if you played through all of it or that first one. And I said she sort of maybe helping guide me to get my copy on board. And not to put you on the spot or anything, Linnea, I know you're busy, but one of these days I got it. I mean, that box is intimidating. It's freaking heavy. It's huge. And one of these days I'd love to play it. With your help, of course. Maybe you can walk me through some of it. Yeah. Let's play 60 hours. Yeah. Okay, you would love to help me. Thank you so much. Maybe during the holiday season. That'd probably be the best time for me during the holidays. Again, we'll find a time to play. I'm just looking at in the background here, folks. If you played any of these games, this one here, Endeavor Deep Sea, one of my favorites of recent times. I love Endeavor Deep Sea. On my channel, I've done a solo run through. Highly recommend it. I'm trying to get another playthrough this multiplayer account soon, a recorded or a live stream one. I'll message or I'll announce that if it happens sooner rather than later. Also, Moon Colony Bloodbath, another recent favorite of mine. Love that. I have a solo run through that on my channel. El Grande, a classic, which I only got to play for the first time last year, I believe, and immediately fell in love with it. It is a area control game. Speaking of area control, Blood Rage, one of my all-time favorite games as well. It's funny too. I love Blood Rage. That's one of my earliest hobby games that I played. I actually, I've been talking so much trash about not trash, but I've talked about some of the bad things I don't like about Strategicon. One of the best things I love about Strategicon, the flea market. This I got at my very first flea market at Strategicon many years ago. I bought this used for like 30 or 40 bucks, and it came with a bunch of like little plastic. Oh, instead of telling, why don't you show Ruel? My copy of Blood Rage came with. Oh, you know what's funny? I gotta show you this. This is how well used this game is. I had to tape the corners, each one, because this thing is split. I mean, I bought it used, but it was nowhere near like I put this thing to good use, which I'm proud of. But now, oh, it's a little tight. Okay, this is what I love about it. So when I bought it, it came with these. These are like the perfect. I don't know where the guy, or was it a guy that I bought it from? Yeah. I don't know where he got these. It was probably from like some. Not like, a Home Depot type store used for some bits or bobs or something, tools or, screws or whatever. But these were like perfect for the factions. I love it. And these came with the game. I was so excited when I saw this in the game. So I bought this used and these already came with it. They're perfect for each faction. And then I bought these separately at Daiso for the little mini cards. So for each age, I have the little cards all set up. And I think, yeah, are these, yeah, I sleeve these as well. Because we played this copy a lot back in the day. It's been a while since I played, but I still love this game. I did back the Kickstarter thing, so yeah, I got the fancy first player marker and the fancier bits for the middle. What are they called? I forgot what they're called. Yeah, it looks like individual Plano fishing boxes. That's right. Thing, yeah. So for tackle, fishing tackle and stuff. That's what these are probably for. Evil Little says, I got a used copy of Arkham Horror, and it came with a perfect plastic container. Don't you love that? I love that. And I know I've sold a bunch of games or traded a bunch of games, and I do the same thing. Like if there's, I just, I give away my storage solution for each individual game I sell or trade. Like I'm happy to, because I've gotten back in trade, great component storage solution things. So there's my copy of Blood Rage, folks. I love that. I don't know about you, but for me, I've always enjoyed, I know some, and again, it's different for everyone. I get it, but I love when my games look well used like that, because it's been well loved. I do try to keep my games in best possible condition, but something like that, I just know all that wear and tear is from love and from playing the game itself. Amy True says, was at Daiso yesterday. Still some good stuff, but no longer $1. Oh, did they raise their prices at Daiso? That's a bummer. And I mean, I get it. Times are tough these days, but Daiso is, for the longest time, a bunch of us here locally, we used to always joke, "Hey, are you going to the board game container store?" Because a lot of us just got our board game container or storage solutions from Daiso. Kuka Burrito says, "I've got Endeavor, and the co-op is definitely a challenge. Haven't played competitive yet." Yeah, you know what's funny? I don't think I've only played competitively at 2. But the solo, I played it like 6 times, only beaten it once, like barely, and it was on the easiest level. That game is a challenge. It really is. Also, sometimes the container have no other use than the game. It is too perfect, yeah. Now I want to go to Daiso. It's been a minute since I've been to Daiso, but it's a bummer they're no longer $1.50. Just hanging out, folks. What else you want to take a look at here? Any other games that y'all want to chat about or share with everyone else? We've talked about Off With Their Heads. There's a photo from Warlords War Duel that I recently played. And recently, I mean yesterday. Let me see if there's any other photos I can share from yesterday. That I can't. What is this photo? Why do I have a photo of a shoe in here? I don't know why. Copy of I Made You a Mixtape and Soda Jerk. Oh, nice. Vending machine. Nice. I'm glad you brought that up. Let me bring that up on screen because I have I Made You a Mixtape and I have not played it yet. I Made You a Mixtape. Have we talked about this recently? I feel like we did. Either here or somewhere else. But this is a game from Mike DeLisio and Dan Hughes. Again, content creators also at the Dice Tower, but they made their own game. I'm excited because I know Mike's a big solo player, so the fact that this is a solo game has got me interested. I love the theme, right? Literally mixing music and tapes. Barbie Girl, Crazy for You. Oh my gosh. Bring the Pain. Nice. Y'all remember mixtapes? I know I'm dating myself a little bit. Mixtapes or mix CDs. I love that they have this old school, boombox here. The Sony thing where they have actually have tapes. You have the dual tape deck so you can copy songs over from one tape to another. Oh my gosh. Mixtapes, mix CDs. I guess now it's playlists. Do y'all share playlists with each other? So I'm looking forward to this. My copies? It's on my to play shelf here, so I'll have to get on that as soon as I can. It's like set collection, right? I Split You Choose. And in the early 90s, baggy jeans and flannel shirts reigned supreme. The unmistakable sound of dial-up internet fills the air. That's funny. Make him a mixtape for his road trip up to college. Okay, cool. And that's what it is. Even Little says, you getting the next game from the person who did Santa Monica rebuilding, I am guessing Chicago. Hope of the right designer. I still play mix CDs, they say. Yes. What was it? Santa Monica. Okay, so the designer of Santa Monica is Josh Wood. Santa Monica. Josh also did the series Let's Go to Japan. And in that is a series, the Let's Go series. He also did Cat Lady. But there's also, you have Let's Go to Japan. They just talked about they're going to be coming out with Let's Go to Paris, which is the next one. But then you're talking about, I'm guessing Chicago. Was that Raising Chicago? There was Raising Seattle, Rebuilding Seattle. Rebuilding Seattle was fantastic. I love this one. Rado had raved about it. Michelle and I really love this one. It's tile lane, but it's got some like an economic thing going to it. And then the new one that they announced, and I think it's out already, or at least it's available for order, is Raising Chicago. And I remember the designer, Quinn, had talked about either in chat or something, one of the live stream chats, about this being, the rebuilding Chicago after the Great Fire. And I know there's some kind of like myth or legend that there's a cow involved, or I don't know if it's a reality thing as well. But this one actually looks a little heavier than Rebuilding Seattle, because this is a 60 to 120. Oh, okay. Wait, they didn't. I heard, where did I read that it was a little heavier game? Oh, this is 60 to 120 as well. I thought maybe I just heard off the cuff that it was a heavier game. Living Nice now says Mike made me a mix CD for my 18th birthday, 20 years. Oh my gosh, you got to bust that out. I would love to hear what songs are on there to Living Nice in LA. Chicago local, it's a myth. Okay, thank you, Linnea. Yeah. Rebuilding Seattle was also done by Rebuilding Chicago, Quinn Brander. So that's done Naganda Gaia, and then Rebuilding Chicago, and then Rebuilding Seattle was the first one, and now Rebuilding Chicago. Raising Chicago is a heavy game. That's what it is. Yes, Raising Chicago. There it is. Yeah, Matt Wolf from Spielworks. Maybe this is the one we're getting confused about. Matt Wolf, what is the LC's? I know the name. Square in Circleville, Wombat Rescue, Queenstown, Raising Chicago, Avalanche, Yeti Mountain, Mutton Busted. I actually played that. Okay. So he's done some heavy and light stuff as well. But yeah, Raising Chicago may be what we're talking about. Evil Little says, yes, Miss Molly's Cow, I think, after started the Great Chicago Fire. Yeah, the myth of the cow. I remember that story. Back in the day, I remember when Michelle and I were dating, I made her a mix CD as well. But that definitely wasn't 18 years ago. It was probably about, at least 10, 12 years ago. I wonder if Michelle still has that CD. I'd love to hear what I put on there for her. Gotta run. Have a great day. Thank you, Linnea. Have a wonderful day. Living Nice says, I remember the last song was Blink 182, Miss You. Nice. Back to the board game, haha. Meeple Lady posted the mixtape game on Instagram. It looks cool. I'm gonna learn how to play that mixtape game. Y'all got me inspired. Mixtape game. I got your mixtape. I'm looking at you right there on my shelf. You're gonna get played today. I'm gonna learn you. I'm gonna learn you mixtape game, and we're gonna play. All right, friends. I think I'm going to call it. This has been great. Y'all put me in a really wonderful, nice, happy mood today for that Monday Fun Day. We got to demo real quick, Red Letter, Yellow Letter, now available from 25th Century. Check that one out. We got to talk about a lot of games, conventions, and stuff. I had a great time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I always appreciate y'all spending some or part of your day here with me. I'll be back on Wednesday at Good Morning with the Good Time Society crew. We're going to be doing Good Morning Society. Becca's out of town, so Bailey is going to join as co-host. Got a great show lined up, including our Jacked Up Matchup where we play a game. We got our Grab Bag of Games where we talk about games. And y'all know, if you don't know Bailey, she's awesome. She's hilarious. She's a great co-host, and I always enjoy hanging out with her. So that's going to be Wednesday. Thursday, I'll be back. Actually, we may be changing the time, but with the Critical Hit Games crew in Corona, California, we're changing some things up as far as the show is concerned, but we'll still be playing games live, so tune in for that. Tomorrow, there is no Rahdo run-through show. Tomorrow, no R&R show, but I'm going to be filming some stuff for release on the channel later. Today, I've just decided, thanks to you all, that I'm going to learn how to play I Made You A Mixtape. So maybe I'll live stream or video that later. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Bonds, friends, everyone. Y'all are the best. It really means a lot to me. Even a little, real quick, says, is the designer next going to do Massachusetts rebuilding after the Great Molasses Flood? Kind of morbid if you think about it. I remember reading about the Molasses Flood, and it is morbid. So, friends, it's maybe perfect for the Halloween season. I don't know. Speaking of Halloween season, on Wednesday, Good Morning Society show, we will be dressing up a little bit. I'm going to be putting on my Halloween costume. I hope you get to dress up as well. So join us on Wednesday. Let's send you off on a raid. I'm going to find someone else to raid. Thanks, Bond. Thanks, AB Trube. Everyone, thank you so much. I know I'm forgetting folks. My bad. To live in nice at LA. Appreciate you. Acrobat Puzzle Games, Bing, Even Little, Cuckoo Burrito, everybody. Y'all are the best. We are going to send you off on a raid. I'm going to find someone to raid right now. Who can we raid? If you have any suggestions, please let me know. and we'll send you off on a raid there. Shout out again to BGG for hosting. Always appreciate the simulcast. Is that the word, simulcast? Yeah. Following. All right. Cool. Kind of a sticky theme for a game. Well played, Bing. Well played. Let's get you on, moving on over here. Oh, Flipsy Fiona. I've been rating Flipsy lately. They've got Board Game Monday, learning to play Gingopolis. Nice. We're going to Board Game Flipsy. Please send some love to Board Game Flipsy. And I'm going to start you off on a raid right now. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Hope to see you in the Discord. I'm going to drop the Discord link one more time in chat. Come out, hang out with us. It's a fun, family-friendly channel. We talk about board games, non-board games, and all kinds of fun stuff there. Show some love to Flipsy. Folks, have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon. Stick around for the raid. Bye, everybody.